Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to fix crashing and freezing issue with Granblue Fantasy Relink game on your Windows computer. Now the first step is to restart Steam. So go to Steam, click on the Steam over here and then click on exit and then open Steam once again and then launch the game. If that does not work, restart your computer. So simply restart your computer. This has worked for many players, so it might work for you. Do not ignore this step. Just restart your computer once and after the system restart, launch the game and then check. Now the next step is to disconnect controller. So if the controller is connected, disconnect the controller. After you disconnect the controller, launch the game, and then if you want to use the controller, you can connect the controller and then check. This has also worked for many players, so it might work for you. Next step is to disable Steam overlay. This has also worked for many players, so make a right click on the game, select properties. Over here, turn off the option which says enable the Steam overlay while in game. Also close other overlay application. Now the next step is to disable Steam input. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select properties, and then go to the controller tab, and then over here select disable Steam input, and then close this, and then you have to launch the game once again. You can also try default settings. So you can go to the controller tab once again and then try default settings. So if that does not work, you can use default settings and then check. But for many players, disabling Steam input has worked. Next step is to unplug your controller. First of all, unplug, then disable Steam input and then launch the game and then connect the controller back. So first of all, disconnect, disable Steam input in the controller tab, disable Steam input and then launch the game and then you can connect the controller. Next step is to run the game as an administrator from the game installation folder. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select manage and then click on browse local files. This will straight away take you to the game installation folder. Now over here, make a right click on the game exe file, select properties and then go to this tab and then put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator and then click on apply, click on OK and then make a double click from here. So instead of launching the game from Steam, launch the game from here and then check. This has also worked for many players. And try to run the game as an administrator without the controller plugged in. Once the game is up and running, if you want to use the controller, you can connect the controller. Also, you can try this, make a right click on the game, select properties and then this time click on change high DPI settings and then put a check over here and then select system over here, select application. So we have to select application over here. Yes. So put a check and then select application and then click on OK, apply, OK, make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, make a right click once again, select properties. This time put a check over here and select Windows 8. If that does not work, you can even try Windows 7 and then put a check on disable full screen optimization, then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, so if putting the check on these boxes does not help, then in that case you can uncheck all these boxes. So if it's not working, you can uncheck it and then click on apply, click on OK and then follow the next step. Now the next step is to download the free version of process Lasso. So you can go to Google and download the free version. This has also worked for many players, so it might work for you. You can try this. So you can go to Google and then you can download the free version from here. So you can download the trial version. So click on it and then you can install this on your computer. Click on yes to allow, click on OK, agree, next, install, yes, and let the installation complete. Now once the installation is complete, let the application run in the background. So let it run in the background and then now you can launch the game. This has worked for many players. I don't know why, but you can try this. Also, if it does not work at first, then you can try after installing the application, you can restart your computer. If that does not work, then restart your computer and after you restart, you can launch this, let it be running in the background and then you can launch the game and then check. Next step is to allow the game exe file to antivirus program. So if you have any third-party antivirus, just make sure that you allow the game exe file to antivirus program. Now, if you're using Windows Security, open Windows Settings, go to Privacy and Security, and then go to Windows Security. If you have Windows 10, you will have an option Update in Security. Click on Update in Security, then click on Windows Security. Now click on Virus and Threat Protection. Scroll down, at the end you will see Manage Ransomware Protection. Click on it. Now click on Allow an app through control folder access. Click on Yes to allow. Now click on Add an allowed app. Browse all apps. Now go to the game installation folder. So if the game is installed in C drive, open C drive, program files x86, open the Steam folder. Now open the Steam apps folder, open the common folder, open the game folder, select the game exe file, click on open. Now type in control panel in Windows search box and then click on control panel. Go to System and Security, Windows Defender Firewall. Now click on Allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall. Click on Change Settings on the top and then click on Allow another app. Now click on Browse and again go to the game installation folder and then open the game folder. So open the game folder, select the game exe file. Now click on Open and then click on Add. In my case, the game is already added. So once the game is added over here, now you can launch the game and then check. So make sure the game is added over here. So yeah, in my case, it's added. Now click on OK and then launch the game and then check. Now the next step is to do a clean installation of your graphics card driver. So if you have NVIDIA card, go to NVIDIA website. If you have AMD card, go to AMD website. I'm showing for NVIDIA.
So go to NVIDIA website and then select your graphic card from the list. So select the right product type and then select the right series. And then select your graphic card. So I'm selecting my graphic card. Make sure that you select your graphic card over here. Now if you have Windows 10, select Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, select Windows 11 and then click on Start Search. Now once you click on Start Search, scroll down. The latest GeForce Game Ready driver right now is driver version 551.23. So click on Get Download and then click on Download now. Now once the download is complete, run this exe file. Now once you run the exe file, you will see this screen. Click on Agree and Continue and then select Custom over here. Make sure that you select Custom over here. Then click on Next and then put a check on the box which says Perform a clean installation. Make sure that you put a check on the box which says Perform a clean installation. Now click on Next and let the installation complete. And once the installation is complete, restart your computer and then launch the game.
Now the next step is to try these in launch option. So make a right click on the game, select properties. In the launch option, type in -dx11. You can first of all try -dx12. So it's -dx12. Close this. Now launch the game and then check. If that does not work, again make a right click, select properties. This time type in -dx11 and then launch the game and then check. If that does not work, you can try this -window mode. So make a right click on the game, select properties and then -window and then close this. Now launch the game. If that does not work, you can clear this. So if this is not working, you can remove this and then follow the next step. Now the next step is to, now this is for laptop users with dual graphic card. Make sure that you run the game on dedicated graphic card. Now for this, type in graphics settings in Windows search box and then go to graphics settings. Now click on browse over here and then go to the game installation folder and then open the game folder. Select the game exe file, click on add. Once the game is added over here, click on options, select high performance. Now click on save. Now launch the game. Now the next step is to turn off, or you can set the eCores to 0. So go to your system BIOS. Now this has worked for many players, so it might work for you. So you can try this. You can go to your system BIOS and you can turn off the eCores. And now if you want to turn on the eCores back on, then in that case you can launch the game. Now once you go to chapter 1, now you can enable the eCores. But first of all, you can turn it off and then launch the game. And when the game is working till chapter 1, you can go till chapter 1 and then you can enable the eCores once again. Now the next step is to Now, if eCore is already disabled, in that case, turn on the eCore. Now, turning on the eCore in System BIOS has worked for many players, so you can try this as well. Now, the next step is to, now, when launching the game, try not to press any buttons on the keyboard. So avoid pressing any buttons until you see the setup prompts, and don't skip the opening credits at all. This has also worked for many players, so it might work for you. Next step is to turn off CFG for the game exe file. Now for this, open Windows settings and then go to privacy and security or update and security, then click on Windows security. Now over here click on app and browser control and then go to exploit protection settings and then go to program settings and then click on add a program to customize and then click on choose exact file path and then go to the game installation folder, select the game exe file, click on open. Now once the game is added over here, now scroll down, you will see control flow guard CFG. Put a check on override system settings and turn off. If this is on, turn it off and then click on apply and you have to restart the game. So apply, click on yes, and then now you can launch the game once again and then check. Now the next step is to try Steam in big picture mode. So on the top right here you can see the big picture mode icon. Click on it. Now once the Steam is in big picture mode, you can go click on the game and then click on launch and then check. Now if that does not work, the next step is to verify the game files. Now to verify the game files, go to Steam and then make a right click on the game and then select properties and go to the installed files tab and then click on verify integrity of game files. After the verification, launch the game. Now the next step is to rename save game files, or you can even delete the save game files, but when you do so, let me inform you that you will lose all the game progress. You have to start everything from scratch. So if you agree, only then delete the save game files or rename the save game files. So open File Explorer on your computer and then go to this PC, open C drive, now open users folder, now open your username folder, now open app data. If you don't see app data on the top, click on view, select show and then put a check on hidden items. You should be able to see app data. Open app data folder, open the local folder. Over here you can see GBFR folder, open this folder, saved folder. Over here you will find all the save game files. So you can delete the complete GBFR folder. You can make a right click, delete it, or you can simply rename it. So first of all, you can try to rename it like gbfr.old or anything which you want, and then you can, if that does not work, now once you rename it, launch the game and then check. If that does not work, you can delete this and then launch the game. Now the next step is to use Alt plus Enter as soon as you launch the game. So when you launch the game, as soon as you launch the game, press Alt plus Enter on the keyboard, Alt plus Enter. Keep on tapping Alt plus Enter and then check. Next step is to turn off VPN. So if you're using VPN, turn it off and then check. Next step is for NVIDIA users, turn off VSync in the NVIDIA control panel. So make a right click on the desktop and then click on NVIDIA control panel. And once it is open, go to program settings, select manage 3D settings, then go to program settings, click on add. And now if you see the game in the list, select the game. So find the game in the list. Now if you don't find, in my case over here it is, select the game and then click on add selected program. If it is not there, click on browse and then go to the game installation folder, open the game folder, select the game exe file, click on open. Once the game is added over here, click on select high performance NVIDIA processor over here and then find VSync in the list. Once you find VSync, click on it, select off and then click on apply and then launch the game and then check. Next step is to increase the virtual memory. So to increase the virtual memory, type in view advanced system settings in Windows search box and then click on view advanced system settings and then click on the first settings and then go to advanced tab and then click on change over here and then select the drive So uncheck the box which says automatically manage paging file size for all drives. Uncheck this box and select the drive where the game is installed. So select the drive, and then once you select the right drive, now put a check on custom size, and for initial size it's 1.5 into total RAM. So you can check the total RAM in Windows settings. You can go to system and then go to about, and total RAM in my case is 16 gigabyte. So you can calculate accordingly. In my case it's 16 GB, so I will calculate as per 16 GB. So, and first of all we have to convert 16 GB into megabyte. So we will open calculator, so type in calculator in run box and then click on OK, and over here uh, it's 16 1.5 into total RAM. Total RAM in my case it's 16 RAM 16 GB. So 116 into 1024. 1024 is actually 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabyte. So 16 GB in megabyte will be 16384 into 1.5. 1.5 into total RAM. This is my total RAM in megabyte. Now 1.5 into total RAM that is into 1.5. So in my case initial size is 24576 and maximum size is 3 into total RAM. Now total RAM in my case that is 16 gigabyte. I have 16 gigabyte of RAM. So 16 into 1024. I have converted this in megabyte. Now that is 3 into total RAM. So total RAM is this much into 3. That is 49152. 49152. 4915152. Now click on set over here. Then click on OK. OK. Apply. OK. OK. Now restart computer. Make sure that you restart your computer after this. Now the next step is to run the game in high priority. So if you are able to launch the game, launch the game. Now once you see the game, make a right click on the start menu and then click on task manager. And once task manager is open, you will see the game exe file over here. And then once you see the game exe file, make a right click, then go to details, and when you go to details you will see the game exe file. Make a right click and then select high, set priority, and then select high over here, and then click on change priority and then check. Now the next step is to install Visual C++ file. For this, copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Over here you can see Visual Studio 2015, 17, 19 and 22. Download x86 and x64. So you have to install both the files. So click on it. Now run this exe file. Now if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. Click on yes to allow. Run the second file as well. Download x64 and then run this exe file as well. Now again, if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install and let the installation complete. Now once the installation is complete, make sure both the installation are complete, then restart your computer. Restart is a must. After the system restart, launch the game. Now the next step is to update Windows to the latest version. This is important. Go to Windows Update or Update and Security, then click on check for update. Once all the updates are installed over here, now restart your computer, and after the system restart, launch the game. Now the next step is to unplug all the external devices. So if you have these devices connected, you can disconnect it. Also, if you have any kind of additional controller connected, disconnect it. Try launching the game on single monitor. Disable Steam overlay, which we have already done. Close the overlay, other overlay applications. So if you have overlay on in Discord, turn it off. If you have overlay on in GeForce Experience, turn it off. So close all other overlay applications. Also close all the overclocking applications. So if you have overclocking applications such as MSI Afterburner or ReverTuner, anything running, make sure that you close it. Also turn off all the third-party application or services in Task Manager. including all your browsers and any kind of third-party application. Close it. If you have undervolted your computer, remove the undervolt. Perform clean boot. For this, type in system configuration in Windows search box and then click on system configuration. Go to the services tab and then put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services and then click on disable all. Make sure that you put a check on hide all Microsoft services first and then click on disable all, then click on apply, click on OK. You will see a restart option like this. Restart your computer and then launch the game. Next step is to, if you are able to launch the game, try window mode, full screen mode, borderless. You can try each and then check which one is working fine for you. Also lower down graphics setting. So if everything, the graphics quality is set to ultra, you can try high, you can go for medium, you can even go for low quality. Now the next step is to update your system BIOS. To update your system BIOS, go to your system manufacturer website. So if you have a Dell computer, go to Dell website. If you have Lenovo computer, go to Lenovo. If you have HP, go to HP. So go to your system manufacturer website, select your model number and then make sure that you select your computer and then find the latest BIOS update available and then update your system BIOS. Now in case of laptop, before you update the system BIOS, make sure battery on your computer is more than 10% and the AC adapter is connected to the computer. During the BIOS update, do not unplug the power cable when it's updating the system BIOS, and because it will restart. During the BIOS update, your system will restart. Do not unplug the power cable. And then once the BIOS update is complete, log into the computer and then launch the game. The last step is to uninstall and reinstall the game. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select manage, then click on uninstall. Now after the uninstall, go to the game installation folder, delete the game folder, and then after you delete the game folder, restart your computer and then reinstall the game to C drive. So if you have installed the game to other drive, try installing the game to C drive. Now if the game is already installed in C drive, then try installing the game to another SSD and then check. So one of the steps shown in this video should help you to get the game running on your Windows computer. So that'll be all. Thank you so much for your time and please like this video and subscribe to my channel.